What's up, everybody? Rev Sanity here. Welcome to my garage. Today, we are going to be doing a review of the sweet Vance and Hines mini grenades for the Sportster Iron 883. This is actually my wife's Sportster, and if you have not seen, in the top right of your corner, I'll put the card in there, but I actually did a review of this Sportster Iron 883 and kind of briefly talked about the exhaust in it, but in that video, you'll see that I had the quiet baffles in there. And today, my wife has decided to upgrade her hearing, or downgrade, however you want to look at it. And she wants to get these quiet baffles taken out of there, and we want to put the regular baffles back in there so she can sound nice and loud. And, you know, just kind of sound more like what you would think a V-twin would sound like with some good pipes on it. It sounds good as it is, I'm not going to lie, but man, when you take it out, it makes a big difference. So you'll see. But before I do that, I'm going to do a cold start video so you can kind of see what it sounds like beforehand. Do a couple drive-bys so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. And then I'll do the same thing when we put the baffles back in there. But before we get to that, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell, really helps the channel out. My goal for 2021, goodness, I almost said 2011. My goal for 2021 is we're trying to get 1,000 subscribers for the channel. It sounds a little daunting, but that's why we need you guys to help us out. It really helps the channel move up in the YouTube algorithm. It helps the videos get linked to related videos. But yeah, let's get this going, and let's get to see what this bad boy sounds like. All right, you guys, so we're gonna get started on this. Back here, you have two 10mm bolts that are keeping this right here onto the bracket. This is the bracket right there. And I don't know if you can see it, but there should be, yeah, two more right there. Bam, bam. And you got a 10mm right here. This is for the little tightening brackets that hold the pipe onto the heat shield. I'll get those taken off and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And that's what it looks like when you take it off. So actually, you only need to take off the one tightening bracket. I forgot what these things are called. But what you'll do is this right here, when you put this back on, it goes right onto the pipe right there. And then you just tighten this bad boy down onto it. And there's this right here is a pain to really get to. So this is held together by, I believe, just those two. Yeah, just two, what are they called? Torx bits, I guess, yeah. And then, or hex keys, hex screws, goodness. So that's gonna hold the actual ring right around the tip of the exhaust. That's gonna hold that in together. And then when you take that out, there's gonna be 3 more hex bolts that are gonna be holding on the baffles and the exhaust in. Anyway, let's get going with that. All right, so we just got the quiet baffle out. And I wish I would have done an install video when I first did it, but this right here, that is all fiberglass. So I'm gonna slap some gloves on after this and then continue to install it. But what I didn't show was on the outside of this, when you first get these in the mail, they have like a film around it, kind of like a saran wrap. And that's what actually keeps all the the fiberglass stuck in there. And if you look at that, yeah, all of that's got to come out. That's gonna be a pain. And pro tip, using microfiber towels or some sort of towels underneath it, using the butt end of a hammer and putting a towel over it, like that one right there. You just slip it on there and push it through the bottom of it, because they are a pain to get out, that's for sure. This is the one that comes with the pipes itself, the actual baffle. As you can see, there's nothing on the end of it. It's got the little swirls in the end. I don't exactly know what that does. I'm sure it has something to do with the exhaust flow. But that's what's gonna go back into that. If you look at the bottom of that one, you can tell there's no end. See, it's got a little stop on the end of it. Whereas this one is completely hollowed out. All right, so that's what's inside of that. Just grab some pliers and just kind of worked its way around, because that you can still see some of that wrap. Some of that was stuck to the inside of the pipe. So now we got to take this fiberglass off, and that is being held by those three. You can barely see them. Get those screws. There's three of those screws right there. There's one right there, one right there, and another one right there. So we'll take that off, and then this little tip of the piece right here is what will correspond to those three holes right there. Sorry for the noise in the background. It looks like there's some moving truck or something in the background. But anyway, so I got that off with all the fiberglass. Got the three screws. So we go on to this little piece right here. These three are going to go onto this little piece right here, and we're just going to line it up and then screw them right in. Easy as that. Oh, another thing. If you notice in the bottom of there's like there's six holes, so you just got to line them up to see which one fits with the right hole. So not that one. Let's try these. Yep, 1, 2, and 3. This is a pro tip too. You may be wondering why I'm like going left first, and that's just to be able to get the bite of the end of the thread. I have definitely stripped many holes in my life. So that's one. We got the second one to go. I'm gonna keep on doing this whole time-lapse thing. I also talked about in that review video where I had leaned over too far and scraped that on the ground, but no harm, no foul. That actually might end up rusting a little bit, but if that's the case, I'll just order another tip from Vance and Hines. It's on the bottom of the bike, you can't see it anyway. All right, let's install these bad boys back on here so we can get on with this. We're gonna line this right here up to go over this pipe right here. So we'll slip that on and make sure it goes under the heat guard. And then you want to line up your holes with the holes that are on the bracket, with these holes right here. So let's see here. I like to get the tip mounted on the bracket first. Cool. And some of you may be wondering too about the passenger pad, the passenger footrest rather, and that's it. I mean, you got about an index finger's length, at least my index finger. I got small fingers, maybe like a thumb. I can probably fit a thumb under there too. Yeah, no problem. But you know, if you're riding a passenger on a Sportster, you know, you're probably not going to be in the most comfortable positions. But anyway, let's roll this thing out. Let's see what it sounds like. All right, let's see what these pipes are supposed to sound like now. I'm so proud of my wife. Let's see here. 3, 2. Oh, yes. Now that sounds pretty marvelous. A little 40-mile-an-hour pull here. So now you're getting a good example of what it sounds like from behind the handlebars. Oh yeah. That's what these things are supposed to sound like, man. That sounds really good. Let's go in here and do some drive-bys, the non-lethal kind. Oh, that's 1000 RR. I see you over there, big money. So yeah, that's the exhaust, man. That's what the beauty of the Vance and Hines mini grenades are, in all of their glory, in all of their harmony. I definitely recommend this set. I have the mini grenades on mine. I know that's kind of typically the exhaust that everybody gets, like, oh, he's got the mini grenades just like everybody else. But you know what? I like them. I like the way they sound. I'm sure there's another plethora of exhaust sounds that you could or exhaust that you can find, and they sound great. But that's the beauty of building your own bike or having everything else set up the way that you want them to, right? It's your bike, nobody else's. My wife wanted this exhaust for her, and good for her, and I support her in that. I support anybody that rides the two-wheel life. Alright, you guys stay decent. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit up my Rev Sanity Instagram channel at Rev Sanity. I got some stickers coming. Stay tuned for that. You guys stay decent and ride safe, alright? Peace.